Hey guys, let's talk about last night's episode of Revenge. And for me, when Revenge is doing well, it's when everybody is plotting and scheming. And last night's episode, there was no shortage of that. So the episode revolved around this 4th of July party that was being thrown at the Conrad Grayson Manor. And I always find it a little bit weird when shows are focusing on an event and it's not that time of year. So I was like, 4th of July, that's so far from now. But anyway, so that was what the main event was all about. And everybody is thick into all of their scheming. And this episode focused a lot about around Busy Preston. And she is a publicist that Conrad had hired just to, I guess revamp the Grayson name because it's been in the toilet as of late. And so she's all about trying to get Emily and Victoria back as besties, and she wants to plan some event where the two of them are like hosting it together. And of course, Emily does not want anything to do with this plan because Emily needs to show that Victoria would have a reason to want to kill her. So Emily needs to derail this plan as soon as possible. And so of course she turns to her besties, Nolan. And Nolan knows Busy from back in the day because apparently she was very deep in a plan that ruined Nolan's life like 10 years ago. And this had an effect on his relationship with his father. And so she basically outed him as being gay, and he hadn't told anybody. I guess he wasn't ready to come out. And so this really damaged his relationship with his father. So Nolan is, of course, all about trying to destroy Busy in this episode. And destroy does he do. So we basically have Emily planting seeds that she was once married back in the day, and she tells Busy, like, don't say anything. This is like secret. Victoria cannot find out. And of course, Busy's like, oh, don't worry, your secret is safe with me. And what does she do the first sign she can? She spills the beans to Victoria. And Victoria has been quick to try to get Aiden to break up Emily and her son. So when she finds out that Aiden really isn't doing the job that she needs, she kicks Aiden to the curb. And in the best line of the night, she basically says, you know why we celebrate July 4th? It's because we celebrate the fact that we got rid of the British. So she's like, I'm declaring my independence. And she kicks Aiden out of the house, which is awesome. And of course, Emily's like, well, the reason she's doing this means that she has something else up her sleeve. And who could that be? Hello, Sarah. So Sarah has been working, as you know, at the Stowaway, thanks to Charlotte. And Charlotte basically says to her mom in this episode, listen, I don't want Emily marrying my brother. He could do so much better. And so the mother's thinking, whoa, you think that Sarah could break the two of them up? And she says, yeah, I think that they still have feelings for one another. So of course, Victoria, being the schemer, plotter, and manipulator that she is, she basically goes to Sarah and says, listen, I know we have had a rough patch in the past and that, I was very nice to you, but I think that we can both be equally beneficial to one another. And she basically starts planting the seed that she thinks that her and Daniel belong together. And earlier in the episode, Daniel and Sarah almost shared a kiss together. I'm like, these people are just so flaky. So, I mean, I know Daniel and Emily have been having some rough patches lately. And he doesn't really trust her fully, and he doesn't really know a lot about her. But they're still getting married. So the fact that they're both just like, I mean, we all know Emily's faking the funk. But for him to just be like ready to kiss Sarah, it's just so ridiculous. But, this is the point of this show. Everybody is expendable at any time in this show. So Daniel's trying to get his own little booty call going. And, Sarah's just like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Like, aren't you supposed to be getting married in a couple months? And Emily is off, second face with Aiden every chance she can get. So it's just crazy. Then we had some scenes with Margot and Jack. And literally I was like, these two are dull as dirt, and I don't care what plan she might have for Conrad. He's thinking about writing a memoir, and she wants to publish it. I don't know. We're inserting her into the storyline like we're supposed to care, and then you're putting her in scenes with Jack, who is like dull as dirt, and doesn't really have anything to do with a lot of these storylines that are going on. He's always in the dark. And I just don't care. The one storyline that I do like is Jack and Nolan being besties. Like those two together, I like. And, they have a great scene together and they're talking, and he basically reveals that he's not ready to move on from Amanda. So we get a scene of him sitting down by the gravesite, and again, I'm bored because Amanda was not real. So the fact that we're wasting our energy on mourning her is just ridiculous. So we get back to the party at hand, and Nolan has this crazy plan to get Busy's password. And I guess he has some like super spy glasses, and he lends them to her. And so he sees her put in her password for her phone. So he ends up getting into her account and finds out all this information about her clients. And he basically says to her, I was going to tell all your clients that you have a loose tongue and that you were basically dishing all their information. But no, you know what? I think I'm not going to do that now. And I'm basically going to destroy you in another way. And so he sent out like all these emails and like basically ruined her reputation. And then he tells her, I'm not going to tell your husband that you're cheating on him, but you are mine now. And when I need you, I'm going to call on you and you're going to help me out. So now basically Nolan is blackmailing Busy, which is kind of cool because Nolan got to do his little revenge this week and Emily got to play a part in it. And it was sort of like the master teaching the student and now becoming the master, This show, hilarious. And so when Nolan was wearing his super spy glasses, he did spy upon one other thing, and that was Daniel almost kissing Sarah. So of course, Emily is like, well, that is just not going to go down because obviously this wedding needs to happen. So she's going to do everything in her power to probably destroy Sarah in some way. But she's just going to make it so that those two cannot get together. I mean, let's face it. She doesn't care about Daniel, but she needs Daniel for her plan. And Aiden kisses Emily deeply, and he's off into the sunset somewhere, putting all the little pieces together with this plan that's supposed to happen when they get married. So, again, it was another good, juicy episode of Revenge because there was a lot of backstabbing, betrayal, lies, manipulation going on. And that's when this show does best. Not when it starts getting way too convoluted and things like the initiative start to come into play. So again, if we could get rid of Margot and maybe jazz up Jack a little bit, then we'd be getting even better. But that is my reviews this week of Revenge. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, like down below, and leave a comment. I'm always curious as to what you have to say, and I'll leave a comment back, okay? All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye.